What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 15 of If I Had a Hammer. And today is the final two matches of the second season here at West Ham. We're going to be taking on Norwich and Manchester City. But let's take a look at how we fared over the past month to see if these two results can push us into European placement. Following the last live com against Wolves, we went up against Chelsea, and what I can say was a very spirited defeat. We lost to them by 3-1. However, Jamie Vardy's goal for us in the 77th minute actually knotted the match up at one apiece. It's just unfortunate our defense let us down at the end as Eden Hazard got himself a brace. Goal in the 80th and a goal in the first minute of stoppage time. Really unfortunate because, like I said, I thought that we fought pretty well throughout the entirety of the match. Didn't let up a lot of ground. It's just that the tired defenders at the very end of the day, at the very end of the match, led to those two goals. We had 14 shots, 6 of them on target. Chelsea 19-13. They had a ton more fouls than us, but possession was relatively even. So it could have gone either way, but at the end, clearly, the might and the talent of Chelsea were what came through in the end. We then followed that up with what I can only say is a very shocking loss away from home. 2-0 to Southampton, and Sadio Mane getting both goals for the Saints. And to be quite honest with you, this guy's been a thorn in my side, not just in this game, but in FM15 as well. So it's to no surprise that he was the one who scored both goals on us. We had 10 shots, 5 of them on target, 58% possession. Once again, possession being a negative stat. Bookings all around. At the end of the day, we could not break down that back line of Southampton as they were able to keep clean sheet on us. After that 2-game skid, we then got back on track by defeating relegation-tipped Cardiff City at home by the score of 1-0. Zivkovic being the only goal scorer for us on the day in the 13th minute. However, with 18 shots, 7 of them being on target and 57% possession, you figure that Jamie Vardy, Dimitri Payet, Oliver could have put some in the back of the net as well. But it wasn't to be, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. 3 points is 3 points, and that keeps us in European contention. But we then followed that up with a very solid and very comfortable 2-0 victory at home against Crystal Palace. Jamie Vardy netting himself a brace with goals in the 44th and 83rd minutes. We had 65% possession of the ball. That is the most that I've ever seen a team ever have before in competition, not in a friendly. We also had 14 shots, 9 of them being on target. The entire team played solid. But then again, this is a team in Crystal Palace that is supposed to be going down at the end of the season, so anything less would have been quite a disappointment. Right, and with that, I'm going to sound like a broken record because it's been like this for the past couple of episodes. West Ham United are sitting in 8th place. We are very solid in that 8th place spot. Taking a look at the teams ahead of us, Arsenal currently leading the league, 84 points through 37 matches. However, every other team behind them have a game in hand, a match in hand, really. Chelsea on 83, and it's a battle between Chelsea and Arsenal, as Liverpool are 14 points off the top, sitting in 3rd place, though. Manchester United, Spurs, and Manchester City rounding out the top 6, with Stoke still somehow sitting above us in 7th place. Though Stoke and Manchester City are not that far off, they are just both of them 2 points ahead of us. I feel that a victory versus Norwich and then any sort of result versus Man City could push me up into European places, which could possibly happen, seeing as 7th place will be the cutoff. Tottenham have already won the Capital One Cup, and the FA Cup is down to Arsenal and Chelsea, so automatically 7th place, we're going to have a European spot if we can get into that. But it all comes down to how we fare against Norwich and Manchester City. Obviously, Manchester City being the tougher of the two tasks, but Norwich sitting down there in 16th place. You feel like we should beat them. So let's get to the match screen and see if we can. And in a match like this, I feel like I need to take it to them as often as possible. So I'm going to go with the 4-2-4 and just lay it all out on the line, get in as many attacking chances as possible. And this is what the team sheet is going to look like for today. We're going to have Victor Valdez in net, a back four of Flanagan, Samba, Hoban, and Cresswell. The 2 center mids will be Obiang and Fellaini. The 2 wingers will be Payet and Zivkovic. And of course up front, Jamie Vardy and Pelosi, Alberto Pelosi, will be our 2 strikers. As I said before, victory in this match is crucial if we want to stake our claim for European football next season. So let's kick off Hope for the best. See what happens. 20 minutes on, first highlight, and it was a free kick to Norwich, but can we corral it? We do. Zivkovic. Long ball. Vardy does pick it up, takes a shot, saved by Ruddy, and that goes out for a corner kick. If he would have laid it off to Pelosi, though, that could have been a goal. It could have been 1-0 to West Ham. Zivkovic, really bad cross. Pyatt up the wing. Gets in the middle to Obiang. 3 people in front of him. Zivkovic to Vardy. Great passing, but a good tackle to concede a corner. 34 minutes in, Norwich now have themselves a throw in, and they're doing very well with the passing. Good save from Valdez from the shot by Murphy. Valdez, goal kick. Why didn't we come down with it? Anyway, that was Andy Carroll who did bring it up. Nathan Redmond now coming inside. Cross. Dorans. Can we get some clearance? There we go. It was very wild in the box there. Enrique fouling Pelosi. Give him a yellow card at the very least. Yellow card for Enrique. And it's been a very back and forth match in this first half. 0-0. Both sides have had good scoring opportunities, but nobody has put it in the back of the net. Honestly, we could have had a goal at this point in time if Vardy would have just laid it off to Pelosi. It would have been a nice open net. But can't look back on the past, can only look forward to the future. And in the second 45, hopefully, we can pick ourselves up and get ourselves a goal. And as you can see, both sides really weak on shot attempts. We've only had 3 shots total. Norwich 4. 1 shot on target for us, 2 for Norwich. And maybe we can get some here. Vardy out wide on the edge of the penalty area. Has to go around 2 guys and took a very bad shot. It was actually deflected, and we get a corner kick out of it. Zivkovic floating it inside, and that's going to be away for another corner. All right, 72 minutes gone. I feel it's time to make some subs. There are a lot of players that aren't playing as well as I wanted them to, so this is what we're going to do. Pelosi is going to come out. Florent Tanase, who can play competently in that striker role, is going to step up, and actually I'm going to move him to being a complete forward. And we're going to have Fellaini with his yellow card make way for Marky Noble. I know Tommy Hoban also has a yellow card, but I'm going to keep him out there just for now. I do have John Ta on the bench just in case. Ruddy going long. Cresswell try to come down with it. And right now, Norwich have just had all of the ball and are really pressuring us right now. Corner kick, Zivkovic going out. Tanase, empty net. Goalkeeper thought he was going far post, but he went into the middle, and Tanase has broken the deadlock with 6 minutes from time. And finally we get a goal out of this, and finally it looks like we're going to get the result we want. Tanase, that unmarked, great cross, great off that corner, and great goal. 1 minute into stoppage time. Jamie Vardy coming up. It's 2-on-1. Actually, it's 2-on-2 now as the defenders have come back, and that was a good clearance away by the Norwich keeper. We do get the ball once again. Need to hold on to this ball. Can't do anything stupid with it. Vardy coming forward to Tanase. He could make it 2. Almost did. Ruddy with a fingertip save. Mark Noble going in short corner, and that goes out for a throw in. Just wasting time. That's all we want right now. Just waste the time. Zivkovic. Obiang. Could snapshot it from here, but doesn't want to. Cresswell coming inside. Options in the box. Didn't put it in the box. I'm rather shocked that he didn't give anybody a chance. He didn't give Tanase or Vardy a chance. Oh, Vardy, he was onside. What can he do? Can he extend the lead? Can he get a garbage time goal? Oh, taken off the ball. No penalty. That really wasn't a harsh tackle anyway. But doesn't matter. It looks like we're going to escape Carroll Road with a 1-0 victory. And where's that going to put us in the table? It was a very Jekyll and Hyde performance. Yeah, tell them we got away with that one because it really wasn't all that great a performance against the team that's struggling to stay out of the relegation zone. How are we going to face against Man City if we can barely pull off a victory against Norwich? And that doesn't really help us at all as Stoke won their match against Newcastle. So we need to beat Man City, and that's a mountain of a task if we want to get into European placement. But at the end of the day, we can't do any worse than 8th. Alright, and here we are, final day of the season. West Ham versus Manchester City at home on TV. And Manchester City are going to come out with 4-4-1-1. We're going to end the season up with the anchor formation I'm not really expecting a result. A draw would be the best possible outcome against a team like Manchester City. But this is what the team sheet's going to look like. We're going to have Adrian in net. Hoban and Bikacic will be our two center backs with Kalashnik and Flanagan out on the wings. Sven Bender will be our defensive mid with Marwan Fellaini as our center mid. Our three attacking mids, Payet, Oliveira, and Zivkovic, and of course Jamie Vardy sitting up top in the striker role. Like I said before, I'm not really expecting a win. That would be great. A draw is more realistic as the best possible result. But who knows? Let's go out there in the final match of the season, see what happens. Well, it's taken all the way up until the 42nd minute, but we do get our first highlight, and actually it is a Manchester City highlight. It's a Manchester City goal. Ayoze Perez. Manchester City bought him from Newcastle, apparently, but he puts the Citizens up 1-0. And to be fair, it was a long time coming if you look at those stats. 6 shots, 5 on target. We haven't had a single shot on the Man City goal. We've had almost 60% possession, though, but clearly negative stat. As there is now a highlight directly from the kickoff. Will this go our way? Statistics say not really, but good passing to start. Fellaini up to Vardy. Vardy tries to go out to Payet. Oliveira comes down with it. Kalashnik. Back to Oliveira. Switching the pitch up to Flanagan. Good holding on to the ball. Can we do anything with it? Going forward. Oliveira. Over to Payet, and Payet with the instant reply. Payet is extremely crucial to this club, and he knots the match up at 1 apiece. That's why he got the major contract extension at the very beginning of the season, because I want to keep Payet around for the longest time. He is the biggest piece to this club, and he knots it up right there. And with our only shot so far in the game, we get our first goal, knotting the matchup against Manchester City. Now we just need to keep that up, keep that pressure going, and maybe come away with a second goal. I don't know if the second goal will actually be an equalizer. I would like for it to be a match winner, but let's go back out there. Second 45. Man City doing very well to switch the pitch, and now they get it to Aguero, to Raheem Sterling, Fernandinho, Pastore to Sterling, and Raheem Sterling has broken the deadlock very early on in the second half. It's 2-1 to Man City. And like I was saying, they had some really good passing set up by Man City. Pastore all the way to Sterling, unmarked, wide open net, goal. Free kick, Payet out to Kalashnik, into Oliveira. Fellaini, options in the box, takes a shot, but it's over the top of the bar. Just before the hour mark, and here we come again. It was Payet to Vardy, and now Payet to Oliveira, lays it off to Fellaini. Options in front of him, but couldn't find any decent passing lanes. They all closed up. Oliveira out to Zivkovic, 2 men in the box if he can get a cross in. Fellaini gets it. Oh, it fell to Vardy. Was he onside? They're going to give it to him. Jamie Vardy has knotted this match up. It's 2-2 just after the hour mark. Get in, boys. Awesome. Zivkovic, look at that pass. Fellaini, I don't think he wanted to take the shot. Hart with a good save first time, then Vardy with the rebound. Ball over the top. Zivkovic, just 2 minutes later, into Vardy. Oh, if Vardy would have put us ahead. This is some really good end-to-end stuff from both teams right now. Defensively, we need to get on the end. Ayoze, and Ayoze on the other end puts it in. Or is he offside? Nope, they're going to count it. What looked like joy on one side turns into disappointment and, yeah, honestly shock on the other, because I didn't think Ayoze was onside. Oh no, he's one-on-one. He's one-on-one. It's a wide open net. Oh my god, the defense didn't know what to do. And then Adrian came out, couldn't get the ball, and it's easy peasy for Ayoze Perez. Look at this, 3 guys just staring at it. And Adrian, oh, he tried to pick it up too. He tried to pick it up, and Ayoze says no. And that's pretty much going to be the game. So it looked like we had a chance to climb back into it. Knotted the match up twice, almost 3 times. But at the end of the day, Man City are going to come away, and we are going to end up in 8th place, which isn't a bad position. It's definitely a step up from 12th last season. But there are some much-needed improvements that definitely need to come in the offseason if we want to push and make a stay of ourselves in the European placements. Top 6 at the very least. Stoke, of course, finishing in 7th and will get that final Europa League spot. As I said before, Chelsea are your league champions. Spurs are your Capital One champs, and I don't think they played the FA Cup yet, so we won't know about that. And your bottom 3 relegated: West Brom, Wolves, and QPR. So taking a look at who are going to be promoted from the Championship up to the Premier League: Watford win the league, Burnley come in 2nd, and then the final will be Aston Villa versus Derby County. Taking a look at final stats for the season, of course, in total goals, there was really only one person that was getting the goals, and that was Jamie Vardy, 23 in 38 total appearances for the club. The next closest didn't even reach double digits. Andrei Zivkovic with 9 goals in 36, and Dimitri Payet 6 in 33. See how far Pelosi has dropped off. On the season, only 1 goal in his 12 total appearances. Definitely not the striker he was last season, even when I brought him on as a sub. In fact, even when I started him in the few matches, he just was not getting the goals like he was in the previous season. So that's a big disappointment for Pelosi. I don't know if I want to turn around and sell him or keep him on. But I see this big wanted sticker right here that says that he wants to go, or he is actually being looked at by some clubs. Taking a look at total assists, of course, Zivkovic, the young wonder kid, getting 18 assists, with Oliver Deloney getting 12. The next closest being Dimitri Payet with 7 out there on the left wing. I would have thought he would have gotten a lot more, to be quite honest with you. And then total average rating, Zivkovic, of course, again leading that category in the club. 7.59 average rating, with the next closest Oliver with a 7.38 and Jamie Vardy 7.20. Let's take a look at how they actually fared in the Premier League. Did any of our guys get any top results? Take a look at, well, not award winners. Let's take a look at player stats. Okay, as you can see, top goal scorer Alexis Sanchez in the league, Harry Kane 2nd, Daniel Sturridge and Jamie Vardy tied with 21 goals in the league. Daniel Sturridge above Jamie Vardy just because he played in less matches. None of my players in highest average ratings. Andrei Zivkovic getting most player of the matches, 10 in total. He's the only one in double digits there. Nobody in yellow or red cards, which is probably for the best. And then finally, the individual awards for this season. Sanchez getting the FWA Footballer of the Year award, and you can see why. 25 goals, 10 assists in 38 appearances, 7.74 average rating. Sergio Aguero gets Player of the Year, PFA Player of the Year, after 16 goals and 9 assists with a 7.67 rating. Golden Boot winner, of course, Alexis Sanchez. Harry Kane in 2nd, Daniel Sturridge in 3rd. Andrei Zivkovic getting the Young Player of the Year award, and I couldn't be any prouder. This guy wanted to go away to PSG during the January transfer window. We couldn't really agree on a price, and there was no way I was going to let him go for half of his value. I'm really glad he stayed. He changed his mind, and like I said before, 9 goals, 18 assists, 7.62 average rating. A great achievement for this young man. Thibaut Courtois getting the Barclays Golden Glove Award in 38 appearances, 38 starts, 20 clean sheets. Definitely deserved there. And David De Gea and Jack Butland coming in 3rd. Jose Mourinho getting the Manager of the Year because he leads Chelsea to another Premier League title. And we actually got a player in the Team of the Year. Of course, it is Zivkovic. And as you can see, all these other players that definitely deserve to be there. Taking a look at our season-ending awards, of course, fan favorite Andrei Zivkovic, 57%, with Dimitri Payet at 18% and Oliver with 15%. Signing of the season, Oliver, he may have been on loan, but it doesn't matter. He was a top-quality player. I really wish I could keep him on, but with his £10 million fee, I really don't have that type of money, and I'm pretty sure Atletico Madrid don't want to sell him. And then finally, goal of the season, Andrei Zivkovic versus Cardiff late in the season. Actually, this was one of the matches I played off camera before this episode. So let's take a look at this goal. It was a pretty good goal, too. Zivkovic, from a long pass, running in and chipping the keeper just out of his reach. A great goal. There probably were a couple better ones And to see that one as the best is kind of interesting, but it was still a good goal nonetheless, and I'm not taking it away from him. And then season in review, of course, you take a look. We stayed in 8th place since week 23. So from week 23 on, that's what, 15, 16 straight weeks we stayed in 8th place. That's not bad. Not bad to remain consistent in the late season. Of course, we didn't do all that great in the FA Cup. We didn't do all that great in the Capital One Cup. I mean, we lost in the first match, the FA Cup. I was really sad to lose to Portsmouth and then losing to Sunderland in our second match, I believe, in the Capital One Cup. Best match of the season, 4-1 victory over Bournemouth, and then a 4-0 loss late on against Manchester United. Yeah, don't want to remember that. In fact, that was last episode. Interesting to note, we moved into the Olympic Stadium this season, of course, but we're still pulling roughly around the same attendance as if we were still back at the Bowling Ground. So it's going to take some time to consistently fill the Olympic Stadium on a regular basis, but 38,000 is not all that bad. Right, and that pretty much ends this season here at West Ham United. I'm going to finish this up by saying there are transfers in the pipeline. Believe me, I have 4 or 5 lined up that I just finalized before getting into this episode, so don't worry, there will be a lot of ins. The question is, who's going to be leaving the club? Stay tuned, and you'll find out next episode. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and you want to see more FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.